It is 3 o'clock, Tuesday, October 7th, 2025. I'll call this meeting to order. The Board of Public Works, the City Council Chambers, Peru, Indiana. Roll call, please.
Don Sturt.
Here.
Eric McCoy.
Here.
Bruce Carson.
Here.
First order of business is the reading and approving of the minutes from the September 16th, 2025 meeting.
I move we suspend the rules for the reading and accept the minutes as written.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving to the approval of claims. First is payment of claims from October 7th, the amount totaling $493,039.18. Any discussion regarding payment of claims?
I would move we approve the payment of claims dated October 7th in the amount of $493,039.18.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next item is the regular and monthly payroll and crossing guard payroll dated September 19th, the amount of $257,804.23. Discussion regarding the regular and monthly payroll.
I move we pay the regular monthly and crossing guard payroll dated September 19th in the amount of $257,804.23.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next item under approval of claims is pension payroll dated September 19th, the amount of $90,885.85. Any discussion regarding pension payroll?
I move we approve the payment of the pension payroll dated September 19th in the amount of $90,885.85.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Last item under approval of claims is the regular and the CHIRP payroll dated October 3rd, the amount of $251,296.28. Any discussion regarding the regular and CHIRP payroll?
I move we approve payment of the regular CHIRP payroll dated October 3rd in the amount of $251,296.28.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Moving to old business, seeing none, we will move to new business. First item is a request from Chief Dane to approve Tyler Archuleta to permanent status with the Peru Fire Department. We have a representative. Could you come forward, please?
I'm here from Chief Dane. Says, Honorable Board Works members, I am requesting your approval that Tyler Archuleta be placed on permanent status with the Peru Fire Department. He has successfully completed and passed all of the required training and evaluations during his probationary period. He holds firefighter 1 and 2 certifications and is a nationally registered EMT. Thank you, Chief Dane.
Thank you. Any questions from the board regarding this request?
None from me.
If not, I would make a motion we approve the request from Chief Dane to approve Tyler Archuleta to permanent status with the Peru Fire Department.
Is there an effective date?
I would assume today. It didn't mention a date, so he's well past his
Okay.
certification things.
Well, I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Next item under new business is a request from Tresca Brothers Excavating on behalf of Dobbs Legal Group to cut Broadway to replace a failing sewer line. The excavating equipment will need to sit on Broadway to complete the replacement. Southbound lane of Broadway will need to be shut down, while the northbound lane will be unaffected. Do we have a representative here today? State your name, please.
Jamin Bicycle, Peru Utilities.
Are you representing Tresca?
I am
today?
not. I was
Okay.
just appointed. Because you pointed at me.
Well, David has a habit of doing that.
Okay. Do you
So
have any
your turn.
questions for me?
Our questions really are for the representative from Tresca Brothers.
Okay.
And since we have no representation here today, I guess we can't get these questions answered. When is it going to happen? Have they applied for a cut permit? How far into the road are they going to trench on Broadway? I mean, we don't have that information.
Do you know? if they're-
Anybody know about this project?
I don't know any of those specific information. I do know that they're without facilities at Dobbs building right now because of the failing sewage line. So I'm assuming they will want it done as quickly as possible.
Well, I assume, but I don't know that they have come and applied for any cut permit.
They applied for a permit.
Oh, they did?
I talked to Lisa upstairs,
Oh, okay.
and she stated she, did
Yeah,
she
she
forward?
sent it over to me, and I told her she should send it over because it has something to do with utilities to Jamin and them. I'm just,
Okay.
I contacted Jamin today, and he was unaware of their request. So I was hopeful we would have a representative here today that could answer these questions. Obviously, we do not.
I did see a request come through regarding that, but it was just for the cut permit. And if
Okay.
they're not disturbing our sewers, we are not,
Okay.
we'd want to inspect it when it happened, but we wouldn't issue a permit for that ourselves.
So the request says that they're going to be placing excavating equipment on Broadway to complete the replacement. The southbound lane will need to be shut down. We don't know how long. I'm just, I guess, at a loss of how big or how small this project is. Does anybody have that info?
Sanitary sewer line that Peru Utilities maintains runs between the drive lane and the parking lane. It's right on that boundary.
Mm-hmm.
If Peru Utilities was digging up, we would also close the southbound lanes, diverting traffic to give ourselves enough room to not be impeded by
Right.
people not obeying our cones.
Mm-hmm.
In the road area, I would anticipate a one-day job, potentially if things are really sideways, and there's other infrastructure we don't know about, it might take a little longer, maybe two, but I cannot speak for them.
Brian, I didn't see the cut permit. Did it have any information on it about what they were doing?
very, very little. They just said, going out into Broadway. They didn't say how far, into my recollection, and it was pretty vague on the application.
The request form that's in front of us today, I don't know who did it, who wrote it up, who
They did.
filled it out, but should have been informed that somebody needed to be here today.
They were informed.
Okay. All right, they were informed and are here. At this point, I don't think we have any other option other than to table this until we get some more information from the excavating company. And I recognize that Dobbs is in need of this, so I would hope they contact us tomorrow so we can get that taken care of. Thank you, Jamin. Once we get more information, I'm sure we'll be in touch with Peru Utilities. I would make a motion that we table their request until we get information from Tresca Brothers Excavating and recognize how we can move forward with their request.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Last item under new business is the City of Peru and Rediscover Downtown will be hosting Boo Bash on October 25th in downtown Peru. We're requesting closure of Broadway from Main Street to Fifth Street, East Fifth Street to Court Street, and West Fifth Street to Flagstar parking lot.
Hello. So Eric, I didn't get to give you a heads up. This looks a little different than the one that you sent to us. So from the diagram that everybody's looking at, I also want it to be clear that I have not yet met with the county, so I will be doing that on the 20th to request the closure for Court Street, the use of the sidewalks around the courthouse, and the county parking lot. So yeah, I mean, pretty much exactly what you just read out. We are requesting street closures from noon to 9 p.m. on October 25th, 2025. That's a Saturday for the City of Peru Trunk and Treat, which is conjoined excitedly again with Boo Bash, Rediscover Downtown Peru's Boo Bash. So right in the middle there with a little speaker and music notes, you see kind of where we expect our DJ and kind of dance party dance floor for everybody to be. We expect most people to be parking either on West Fifth and those parking lots there, although those are private. So we assume most of them will end up parking in the county parking lot. And so if the guest path starts there, unlike last year, all of the trunks will be facing the sidewalk. So we'll be keeping all pedestrian traffic and trunk and treating traffic on the sidewalks as opposed to in the middle of the streets. Last year, we didn't have a very clear guest path laid out for our guests, and this year we're making it really clear. This is the direction that at the moment we feel is the best for guest flow. That could actually get reversed, and we might have the entry point on West 5th. But right now, this, for a variety of reasons, especially the proximity to ending towards the dance party, where I think we'll also have voting for our contest after everyone's seen all the trunks, it just kind of made the most sense. So I don't know if you have any questions about this diagram or if the closures locations are clear, the timing for anything.
So unlike last year, you're going to try and direct the children in a path?
Yeah, and the trunks.
Good luck with that.
Too, to be honest. Yeah, the trunks will actually have assigned spots as well this year.
Yeah, no, I like the idea that the trunks will be facing toward the sidewalks, which should help with the flow.
Some of the.
We still
oh,
have
sorry.
some businesses on South Broadway that are going to be affected. You want the roads closed down from noon to 9, right?
Yes.
So,
You're saying on that. Okay, sorry, but go ahead.
yeah, you're saying street closures from noon to 9 p.m.
Right.
The one on North Broadway, where we have Sherwin-Williams and Pixelated and the other stores on the east side,
Yeah.
can that be left open?
So this
till
is
later?
actually, yeah, the top road there is actually the alley by DeRozier's.
Uh-huh.
So the street closure is actually kind of in front of the empty Marburger building and across from DeRozier's.
Okay.
So we know Aroma and all of their business is really morning time, and they close at 5 o'clock. So that will be something that we'll make sure they're aware of and blended on Broadway as well. But the north end of the block is not going to be closed at all. I mean, unless we get crazy amounts of participation and then
I
we
guess
have to
my
come
point
back.
is, the event doesn't start, it's from 3 to 5?
Yeah, sorry, so yeah, so basically,
Event time
that's
is
when the
5 to
trunks
8.
arrive. So we
Okay.
need a couple hours to be able to mark out the spots with our chalk stencil, and so we get things prepared for the trunks to come in. So that gives us a couple hours to do that, and then we have a couple hours for the trunks to load in and get set up, and then the event starts at 5, and we expect tear down would be very quick by comparison.
So if the latest week.
Could be one, I guess.
It could
but-
be one, but we'd like to put that 1 hour buffer in there so that if there's cars that haven't cleared out yet,
Yeah,
there's kind of a little bit
Okay.
of a buffer in case things get pushed late.
Thank you, yes.
all right. I just want to make sure that we are respectful to the other businesses because, as you know, in past events, there has been some concern that we block their businesses.
Yep.
And I want to be as open to allowing those to remain open as long as possible.
Absolutely. We actually have a new business opening, kind of soft opening, week after next, on the block that will be shut down the entire time, along with 22 North and USA Nails. So we're going to make sure to chat with them as well. The banks are pretty much closed by noon that day,
Right.
so we're okay there.
And, you know, we know there's an increasing concern about safety with these kind of events. It would be great if we could have like a patrol car at least kind of parked somewhere around on Main between Court and Broadway maybe, whenever possible, just kind of keep an eye on throngs of kids trying to jaywalk or anything like that.
I should speak to that too. You're right. So basically last year we had the issue too of kids kind of running across Main Street. We had a bunch of stuff that was right across the street there from the courthouse. And so I kind of think they were jaywalking across the street. So we were planning to have some of our own volunteers. But then when we were speaking with Andrea and Chief Feller, they kind of had the idea, oh, there's some new city vehicles that maybe we want to get out there and dress up in Halloween garb, and they could in part be used as barricades and barriers for safety, and in part is just fun way for the city to kind of participate and show off its new vehicles. But there's also that piece of it where we're just trying to keep everybody aware of where, you know, kind of crossing guard style. So whatever makes sense from the police perspective or the city perspective as far as vehicles and where you'd like them to be, I think it's just an open dialogue moving forward, because we're definitely recruiting volunteers to help with all of that as well. And that is another reason, flow and safety is another reason for a lot of this layout. So we could also, if anyone feels strongly about it, we can kind of move things. We tried basically to put the closures near Main Street, and the barricades, and if there's a big, you know, garbage truck or skip loader or something there, we can also just start the trunks, you know, farther north for safety, if that's something that everyone is concerned about. What we did try to go ahead and leave a little buffer already. Same reason kind of for the extra bit on the north end. We don't expect to have trunks up there, so if somebody's really upset, we could move that closure, but it would still be closed at 5th Street, so they would still have to figure out how to turn around. And then I think typically we've, for other events, we've had the road closed ahead, and then also warnings of, you know, come this Saturday, streets will be closed from noon to, so if street department's willing to do that for us again, I think that would be good, to warn everybody when this street closures will be happening, and of course we'll do our online awareness campaign is probably what I'll call it.
Are you going to require anything from Peru Utilities for the
We'll get.
dance party area?
We were
We'll
just
get
talking about that today.
One temporary power hub that'll be either the corner of Dobbs and Fulls, you know, so Broadway and 5th, that one that's available, or the one across the street in front of the museum. It'll be one of those 2 meters.
Okay.
Assuming the sewer isn't all ripped up, and then we have to rethink all of this.
Yes. I would assume that that project will get done quicker than the 25th of October.
I would hope so.
Yes. Todd, questions?
Brian and I were kind of concerned, whenever we throw stuff up in a half blocked. We're always getting the U-turners, and you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So I don't, Brian, do you think maybe just as the time, as the day progresses, you could maybe go north of that? Let's just close it at Fifth and Broadway to start, and then as the day closes and you eyeball what's happening, you can scoop that thing if you need to the north.
I think so.
Yeah, and my only concern about North is it's a Saturday night, and there's a lot of robust business, which requires a lot of parking for Legends at dinner time. So that was one, and you can, that alley, east-west alley, if they are coming in, you know, south on Broadway and need to turn without doing a U-turn, they can turn left into that alley and get out. It's not amazing, but
That's
it's
what, yeah.
an
that's
It's
option.
not a very pleasant turn in anything of any size.
No, it is not.
Right.
It is not. It is much better than a U-turn, though.
Yeah, that's what our thinking was, closing it right at Fifth.
Or
At
6th.
That
Either way, you have
crosswalk
the problem.
encourages people to keep going, and then
Yeah.
you suck having a U-turn, as opposed to just the choices to go left into that alley or U-turn earlier, but, you know, whatever, you have more experience with that,
Mm-hmm.
on what's,
Because I think the U-turn problem would be the same even if we just closed it at 6th
Yeah.
Street, so.
Well, if you went further north up to Sixth, they couldn't even get down in there, but then the problem you're gonna have is, you're gonna have people griping about nowhere to park, to go into the stores.
Yeah,
yeah.
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 So, I mean, you know, Sherwin-Williams closes at, what,
5, 6.
6 on Saturday?
Mm-hmm. But again, well, at least what we're indicating wouldn't block that, but if
Right.
we moved it farther up, they would be affected. And so would Anita's then at that point.
Is there some advantage to the Boo Bash to be on Broadway? I mean, it looks like there'd be enough room to just close Fifth Street from Wabash to Broadway.
I think we're going to have more trunks than we can fit in there, to be
You couldn't go
honest.
down both sides of
And then
Fifth Street.
yeah, and the visibility is another reason to have it in downtown
Visibility,
in general.
okay.
I mean, it's
So it'd be a
you know.
better event if it was on Broadway.
Yeah, and there's more room fire lanes wise, but that's something we can figure out.
Andrew, you have a question?
Is there any way that we can move the DJ up onto the courthouse? Like where Foreman typically sets up?
So the problem with that is the sound coverage. You're going to have exactly about a block to a half a block of people. You know, basically everyone who's on Broadway will hear the DJ, and all those other trunks will have no sound. There's also, as far as having a dance party and centralizing it, that's kind of the best place for that, kind of in the middle of everything. It's not quite as easy to do on the courthouse steps, but mostly it's just an overall guest experience thing. We originally, over where the guest entry was, had kind of the DJ dance party situation over there, and we're like, well, nobody's going to be able to hear the DJ or enjoy the dance party in the same way. And also, that was closer to a very busy intersection by Main Street, so that was another, and a parking lot. So, anyway.
Does anybody
Not that
happen to
couldn't.
know the date of the last cruise in?
18th,
Okay.
yes.
Well, we will have to, and Paul said, we will have to put, at 7th Street, we will have to detour that because it's, you know, I don't know how long Harvest is gonna go, but there's gonna be semis in town on
Yes.
Saturday at noon. So we will have to take them down to Miami
Mhm.
because we know what happened at 6th Street and a semi, so we don't want another one of those. So we will have to just put 18-wheel traffic and take them out and around. Now, those will go up, we'll have to put those up a few days in advance.
Right. Take them over to Miami and then
Just
go
like we
up
do
to
the
Broadway,
City days.
Main and Broadway.
Yeah, because,
Okay.
yeah, we just don't want to get into that problem.
So this looks larger than last year.
Yeah.
The closures for this are only larger by that little bit on West Fifth.
We didn't use Court Street last year. Well, last year, it ended about halfway
On Fifth.
On East Fifth.
Yes.
That's where the cutoff was. The river, the waters was out there and that was it.
Yeah, we didn't,
You guys didn't come around on Court.
no, it wasn't, people were not, trunks, I should say, were not spaced out
Yeah.
at all. They were kind of crammed together, and then the participation wasn't as much as we're anticipating this year either. We did get this closure approved last year, including the Court Street, but we just didn't end up, utilizing it. Being far more planful this year with all of it.
Yeah, I'm better, I'm all with you on the sidewalk traffic, that's good. Only thing we're concerned about was Sixth Street, that halfway Sixth Street, we can work with it. I mean, we'll, yeah, I think we can work with it, we'll figure something out. But, I just, because the only thing I always hear about parking spots when these things go on.
Right.
They call me or stop me on the road. I want to know why that's happening,
Yep, yep.
so,
Well, and we were gonna put our own, like, sandwich board between the two lanes, right at the entry of that block of Sixth there. Coming southbound on Broadway, just say road closed ahead, just to give them even more notice.
they can, as long as they're not driving a huge vehicle, they can, because those alleys are one ways, off of Broadway, one's an east and one's a west. But, I mean, you can make it, but geez, it's the one on the donut shop side is,
Not overly pleasant.
no. So,
But especially when there's a utility pole right there with the
yeah.
stainless
It can
steel
be
thing
done,
around it.
this can all be done as long as we get forward signage out there saying, hey, this is coming. And I'm thinking most people are gonna take Sixth Street and go around instead of coming into it unless they've got business and their things to do. And the donut side, after 11, it's usually done.
Yeah, I mean, when Sandra, we were talking with her, of course, a lot about the Cole Porter Festival, and that was basically like, once 10 a.m. hits, it's not as big a deal to her, any given day of the week. But before
yeah,
10 a.m.,
If we
big
get this
problem.
approved, I will coordinate with you guys.
Cool.
And we will sign this up so that we don't have any problems.
Okay.
Awesome.
And it'll have to be the big barricades with lights on them because it's gonna be dark.
Exactly,
Yep.
yes, yes.
Assistant Chief Venable?
I know I spoke with Chief Beller briefly about this. I won't be able to be there, but he plans on having a vehicle there.
Okay.
Have you I know you're going to speak to the county about Court Street. Might see if because they could have a car there at Court and Main.
See if they can do that.
We could have a car at Main and Broadway.
Getting the county involved. Okay, great, good idea. That's a good idea, thank you.
My only other thought looking at this, I like the path, except they leave to the west, and if they park in the county parking lot,
Yeah,
how are they getting back?
so, yes, sorry, do you have a two-part question?
My thought, especially if the Broadway shut down for the sewage, because we don't know when that's actually gonna happen, is having your stand at Court and Fifth, your DJ and dance floor,
If it has to move, that would be the next place for it.
just because, and that limits the incoming traffic from Broadway and the chance of someone coming through the barricade. There's not as much traffic on Fifth and Court. And it kind of leads their path back towards the parking lot of where they parked out originally.
Yeah, so, and that's one of the reasons we were having the dance party and DJ over there originally. But then we started looking at like, well, if we want them to vote, where will we put the voting stations? And if they get to the end on West Fifth Street and they want to still enjoy the dance party where we think we're going to have the voting stations, then that's really close. And that north sidewalk along the museum and everything makes it really easy to get back to the Miami County parking lot. But if you go all the way through and then you're back at the end of Court Street there, if you're going the other direction, then to get back to the dance party, if it's in the location currently indicated, is
Correct.
way farther away, and you're right there by your car, and we feel like guest engagement just won't kind of be as robust if we do it that way.
Basically, my thing was, I'm glad that you have this alternative for Fifth and Court,
We do.
because if things don't work out, then,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, yeah, no, truly, I heard that, and I was like, okay, well, we'll have to keep our radar on, looking at that. Thank you.
Any questions or concerns from the fire department?
The only thing I could think of, we just need to be able to get around barricades
Yes.
in a hurry, but hopefully not, of course. And then if we could leave the center of the roads open, because our trucks are wide. And if we need something, we're gonna need some space on both sides if there's a fire, or something like that. So that would be, the accessibility for our trucks would be the only issue I can see.
And you're still 14 feet was the ideal, right?
Yeah, minimum. Again, if we have hoses and things we're pulling off, we're gonna take a lot of room up. Of course, then people would be leaving.
Yes.
But that initial, we get there and start doing whatever we need to do, we need to have that space to work in the event of something bad happening.
Luckily, Broadway's super wide, so it's probably not, there's definitely room on that, and then we're leaving an entire lane open on Fifth Street. And so Court Street was my main concern. If we need to, we could fishbone those instead of make them straight, just to save some fire lane space. We have to measure it.
And I don't know if you have any kind of like instructions for people if there is an emergency to stay in your cars, or not to just have kids running everywhere, because that could be real bad.
Yeah, we
for a lot
should.
of people.
Um,
Just doesn't have to be over the top, just to, stay in your cars, and the police or us will tell you where to go, when to go.
Yes, and
Something very vague would be helpful, just so people aren't just running everywhere if something happens.
I love that. And also, I think the guest entry, having everybody start at that kind of guest entry point where they can get their voting tickets or tokens or whatever, would be where we would post that. We could even have handouts if people want it, about where they should go.
That's all.
Thank
I
you.
could think of.
Well, we appreciate Rediscover Downtown Peru, putting on things like this. It's great for the community, and we endorse it. We just obviously need to be concerned about safety first and foremost. So I want to make sure that the communication between traffic, street, police, and fire is very well coordinated here with this function. Just so it comes off very safely. Any questions from the board regarding the request? Comments from anybody? I would make a motion, we approve the request for the City of Peru and Rediscover Downtown to host the Boo Bash on October 25th downtown Peru, per the event schedule and layout they presented to us today.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Everybody come trick or treat.
And are you from Trusca? Could you come forward, please?
Sorry if I was late, I was told 3:30.
Oh, 3 o'clock. Glad you're here. So we do have some questions about your request.
Okay.
Number one, when?
So I kind of figured this was going to be a 2-time go-around. Today, just answering questions, and I also have some questions for you guys. And then we can finalize this at the next meeting if possible. Or maybe we can get everything answered today and finalize it today. Timeline is kind of, they're getting by right now. It's not a very pretty scene, but sooner the better.
Sure. So our next Board of Works meeting will be on the 21st.
Okay.
You just heard that the Boo Bash is going to be on the 25th.
Right.
How long will it take for this project?
What will you guys allow us? I mean, if I tell you that I need to shut Broadway down for 2 days and it only takes us a day, are you guys going to open it up right away?
We'll open it up as soon as you're done, I would think.
And if I tell you we need to shut down for 2 days and it takes us 3, am I in trouble?
What do you think? Is he in trouble? So we also have representative here, representatives from Peru Utilities. Jamin was up here earlier, and he may have some questions too, because they're obviously in charge of
Right.
that part of the utilities within our city. So you don't have a time when you want to start this yet?
What I'm thinking is, I think it will take us 2 days to complete the job. I would like to request for 3 days to shut the road down in the case that stuff doesn't go as planned. I also still need to contact 811 and more than likely meet with Peru Utilities and figure out what all we have to deal with out there. That'll determine whether it's a 1.5-day project or a 3.5-day project.
Are you going to be cutting through the sidewalks as well, or?
Sidewalk all the way to the road, and then, like I said in my application, by the time we get to the main and have a piece of equipment sitting on the east side of the main, we're gonna almost have the entire road blocked.
Okay. For 2 days. Yes, Jamin?
The entire road or the southbound is just indicated here?
I need to double check and see if we can keep it to just the southbound, but I believe the northbound lane will need to be blocked as well.
Okay, so that entire,
There's a turn lane in there also.
from
Say
6,
that again?
There is a turn lane.
Right.
Okay.
And I don't know exactly where the main is at in the road.
Sewer main is right at the border between the southbound lane and the parking area. In between.
On the west side.
There are 2 sewer mains.
Right.
The one you're interested in is on the west side of the road, like where the bike lane ought to be,
Okay.
in between the drive lane and the parking.
Okay.
So, in my head,
We could do it in just the southbound lane. If that's the case, you'll obviously require flaggers the entire time we're
Well,
working there?
we were gonna detour down 7th Street over to Miami.
On
Like we
just
do-
the,
Like we do at Circus City Days.
right.
We're just gonna get heavy traffic, through town traffic, to go west at 7th, 1 block, go north up to Main and go on.
and leave north flowing traffic?
Yes,
Alone?
leave it alone.
Okay.
Unless we have to, then we'll
Right.
just do the same.
Well, and like I said, I think I need to definitely call 811 and figure out what we're up against before I request a time frame, and I can pull some measurements and figure out where exactly we need to be sitting and what all space we're going to need.
How deep is that line, Jamie?
14.5 feet.
14.
I believe so. I don't have that to hand.
We had them out when we were working there a couple weeks ago. We had one of the guys from the sewer department come out and just to give us an idea. And I think he said it was 14 to the top and it's 20-inch main. So by the time we get our overdig in, we're gonna be 15, 16 feet.
Mm-hmm. It would seem to me that we need to have a meeting between utilities and the city and your excavating firm to work out some details.
Fine with me,
I mean, I understand that this needs to be done,
right?
but there are a lot of questions, like, you're gonna be pulling dirt out, you're gonna be piling it on the road. How much space are we really gonna need for this project?
In a perfect world, we'll take the dirt straight out of the ground and into a dump truck and backfill with stone.
Mhm.
We will definitely need the entire southbound lane for that. And
Mhm.
like I said, if we get some good locates, figure out exactly where that main's running, I can pull some measurements off that and see where we're gonna need to sit equipment to dig.
Okay. And then the reconstruction of the road.
We can repave the road upon completion, and the sidewalk, I figured we would basically frame it up, throw stone in it, and I will subcontract a concrete contractor.
Okay.
I'd definitely like to be notified and make sure it's compacted right. And then put back the right depth of asphalt when they put it back, yeah.
And I can hire an engineer for that to do compaction testing if you guys would like.
That's fine. I just want to make sure that a year from now,
Oh,
or
yeah.
6 months from now, I don't have a dip or a hump.
Right. Well,
That's a relatively new road, and it's in pretty good shape.
yeah.
Yeah.
So are you replacing the tap, or what are you?
We're going to use the same tap. We're going to go in the same exact spot that the current sewer line's at.
But you gotta replace it all the way
Correct.
to the main.
There's also decorative stone that looks like brick on the edge of the sidewalk. Is that something that can be replaced?
There's also a little landscaping area
Right.
there that's pretty well smack dab right in the way.
Mm-hmm. It just needs to be put back in
Same condition.
same condition.
Okay.
So I would suggest that we put a meeting together here either later this week or the first of next week, work out the details, and then bring you back on the 21st for our next Board of Works meeting, having the details worked out for approval on your project.
How's that plan?
That sound fair to you?
Sounds good to me.
Any questions from you?
I would suggest between then and now, calling locates,
I'm gonna call them as soon as I leave.
so you have a better idea.
All right, well, I'll call them and get them there before our meeting, then everyone can,
Well, the meetings to get this week. The mayor's asking for a meeting either this week or
if we could
next
push
week.
it to early next week, I could definitely have locates done by then.
Okay.
Locates take a minimum of 3 days.
All right, we are not open on Monday. We get a day off. Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples' Day. Well, we do, I'm not sure about you guys.
Rub it in.
Okay. We'll get it set up as soon as possible
Okay.
next week.
Do you guys have my contact info?
We have Victoria Truska at yahoo.com. Is
And
that-
do you want my phone number?
260-571-9270?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, we got you.
I will
All right.
call locates in as I leave here and they'll be ready.
Okay, so I make a motion that we table this until after the meeting with all the interested parties and bring it back before the Board of Works on the next meeting on the 21st.
And I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Other day we can hang out.
Any comments from the board? Comments from the audience? If not, I'll need a motion to adjourn.
Move we adjourn.
This meeting's adjourned. Thank you, everybody.